Hello everyone, this is Tanjiro with you guys again. This is part 2 on the simple paper shotgun tutorial. So last time we left off on the pretty much the pump and this supporter for these two to hold together. And what I forgot to mention is that this pump needs to stop somewhere. It needs to stop on something, as you could see. So what you're gonna want to do is get another little piece of paper and tape it pretty much where this back end just goes down. So pretty much right there where it would align. So you can see my fingers to lines, so it would stop right there. So yeah, also I forgot to mention, you might want to cut the top of the paper and make sure this tube is pretty much like a little millimeter just over the front of this. So as you can see, these two lines aren't equal, this line and this line. You're going to want to make this over this one a little bit. So yeah, now we're going to be working on the stopper for the pump, and then putting paper all over the whole thing, and the slide part. So we're going to be working on the slide part first. Get a strip of paper that's pretty much the exact same length as the slide, as you can see. And what you're going to want to do is pretty much roll it up, not into a tube. I guess you can roll it up into a tube for now. But here, I'll show you in a second. I'm being stupid. And then flatten it like that, so it's pretty much like, you know what I mean? So here, so roll it up into a tube, flatten it. Like so it's flattened, as you can see. Not a tube, it's flat. And it's pretty much as long as this open part right here. So now what you're going to want to do is get some paper and make sure this is taped. Yeah, let's actually take out the pump. Pretty much, if you have this straight, you're going to want to tape it right here, like this piece of paper, like this angle. So pretty much tape it at the very end of your gun with a little piece of paper. Make sure it's just pointing straight up, not like curved like that, taped straight up. So, and you're also, I forgot to mention, you're gonna want to literally like tape this really well, because this is one of the main parts of the gun, the slides, so, or the cocking mechanism. So you're gonna want to tape this like really well. I'm just letting you know, or else this won't work very well and it'll just fall apart. So mine isn't very straight, but like I said before, my AK, this is for tutorial purposes. If I worked really hard on this, then I would, like, you know, it'd be amazing, but might take you quite a lot of tape, but you're gonna have to do it. Like I said, make sure it's pretty much straight up. As you can see, it's pretty much straight up, a little crooked, but you know. So now once you put the pump in, like so, it'll pretty much cover up this part right here. And then when you cock it back, it's open, so. But yeah, so, but yeah, it's okay. So now what we're going to want to do is make these stoppers so the pump doesn't slide off. So just get, I don't know, a sheet of paper and pretty much just pull the slide back a little bit and make sure everything's done, because once you put this stopper on and you permanently tape it, this thing won't be able to come off unless you cut that. So if you want to work on the pump, you're gonna have to like cut that thing off. So make sure you're done with the pump. We'll strip of paper like this and pretty much tape it to the front of the gun, but make sure, here, I'll show you in a second. Oh, whoops, accidentally taped it to the pump. Here, I'll show you once I'm done. Basically what we're going to do is make it over. So make the front of the paper over it so it won't go past it. pretty much tape it so it's like over. So as you can see, the pump goes forward. It's stuck on these over parts. As you can see, it's not completely taped straight. There's like, see, it's going over the paper or the tube like this. That means when you cock it forward, it's gonna stop on that, as you can see. So that's what you're gonna want to do. Make sure it's just really taped down good. But also make sure you remember there's the sides. Make sure it's over. You might have to have a third part. It probably won't be that long anyways. But as you can see, you have the stopper now. Oh, and make sure this tape is very like smooth. Like I'll show you what I mean. Because if it's not like, I guess, really on the paper, it's gonna get stuck. But luckily mine didn't. So we have the stopper for the thing now. It's not gonna come off. And yeah. That's pretty much the pump. Now we're going to work on covering the entire gun. So if you're really lucky, you can pretty much just put a piece of paper over it and it'll be long enough to just put over the gun. But we'll also need a place for the pump and everything. So, but what we're just going to do is we're just going to measure it. So basically, have this piece of paper over it like so. Here, first of all, we're going to tape it to the other side, the not the chamber, just the kind of blind side. But make sure there's enough space for the pump to actually pump. So I'll just say about that much. If that's not much, I'll cut more. So just make sure you cut this bottom paper. So when you're taping it to all around the gun, make sure that you cut this bottom part so that you can actually like I guess pump the slide, as you can see. So yeah, now you can tape it to the gun. So, yeah. This is only the first side of the gun, so yeah. We might have to make a third part, probably do, because we're going to also have to make the handle and the sights, which won't take very long at all. The sights are very easy, and the handle is just a tube that you tape onto the bottom. So make sure you didn't tape it to anything, and make sure it can still pump, as you can see. And like I said, make sure, I need to cut this more actually. And just make sure there's enough space for so you can actually pull the grip like that. So, and if you really want, you can make it look cool and like, I guess, cut this middle part in the front out of the paper. So when you like pull it back on this side, it shows out. It looks cool. If you want, it'll just look cool. It's not gonna do anything, but it looks pretty cool. So as you can see, it still pumps on this side. Now we gotta do the same thing to this side. This side's a little tricky because you also gotta make the area for this area right here. And I made a huge mistake. What I did is I taped the chamber more upwards. Like, as you can see, it's sticking upwards. You need to make it literally like straight across, like the opening. So, because this part right here, as you can see, it's straight across, but there's still part up. So if you made that mistake, you could just get, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get paper and cover this top part up. So yeah, in the next part, I'll have this piece of paper over this, and we'll work on the handle and the sights, and we'll pretty much be done. Yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in part 3. Tinjabri out.